Now let us discuss the FEM analysis of the propeller which we have created with CATIA using ANSYS. Now before going into the software, let us discuss some fundamentals related to this particular analysis. Now जैसा कि हम प्रीवियस सेशन में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं that एक प्रोपेलर रोटेटिंग मेंबर होता है which is found in submarines and ships and it is used to drive them. How? It does so by creating a pressure difference between the upper and lower surfaces of the blade, and due to this pressure difference, the water coming on the front surface of the blades is pushed backwards. And when this happens, then according to Newton's law, we know from the third law that to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So this backward movement of water produces a force which is called as thrust force normal to the surface of the blades and also opposite in the direction of the backward movement of the water. So इस केस स्टडी में हम under the action of the thrust force how the stresses and deflection of the propellers will be इसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. Now why this pressure difference is produced? Well, the answer lies in the geometry of the blades itself. Here in this diagram we can see that on the upper or curved surface of the blade a region of higher pressure or low velocity builds up, and at the bottom or flat surface a region of lower pressure and high velocity builds up. So this pressure difference is created due to the geometry of the aerodynamic shape of blades. Now coming to the analysis part, this is ANSYS Workbench software. Now here first we have to decide what kind of analysis we want to perform. So for this particular case study we will be performing a static structural analysis. इसका मतलब होता है in this analysis जो भी हम लोड सप्लाई करते हैं उनका टाइम के अकॉर्डिंगली वेरिएशन नल होता है. The load will be constant throughout the time span or the cycle upon which it is acting. So यहाँ पे मैंने ऑलरेडी एक स्टैटिक स्ट्रक्चरल एनालिसिस क्रिएट कर रखा है. नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज टू क्रिएट मटेरियल्स. So this is basically done by going to engineering data cell. These are called as cells. So here the default material will be structural steel, but as a user हम खुद के कस्टमाइज मटेरियल्स भी बना सकते हैं, या अगर हमें स्टैंडर्ड मटेरियल्स यूज करने हैं देन वी कैन गो टू engineering data sources and from here we can access the library of standard materials also. So here I have created two materials for comparison purpose. One is aluminium and another is carbon fiber reinforced plastic. So this is basically a composite material, and here we have to input various properties like Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio as per given in our design data book. The next step is to import the geometry into ANSYS. Now make sure कि जब भी आप CATIA में कोई भी पार्ट बना लेते हैं, अगर आपको उसको ANSYS में import करना है then you have to change the extension of that part. So either you can use .stp or step format or .igs extension. So I have already converted the part, so I will just select it. Now after that, for applying the loads and solving, we have to go to model or mechanical module. So here we will be meshing the part, we will be applying different loading conditions, then solving and then interpreting the results. Now for this particular case study, the behavior of the thrust force ultimately decides what final changes we can made in our aerodynamic blade shapes. So ultimately these kinds of analysis are the backgrounds for deciding ultimately the final design of the product. So now we can see that our geometry is getting loaded. Now here first we have to set up the units. So here we have this units tab. Here we can decide the units, in what units we want to perform the analysis. So here if we go to units tab, we can select what unit is being preferred. So here I will select units. Now next, this part which is being imported from CATIA, it is initially a CAD model. But to run an analysis, we have to perform a analysis on a meshed model. So for that, I have to go to mesh. Now, in order that this mesh should be generated in a proper manner, here we have different kinds of parameters. You have to keep in mind that how fine or how good quality your mesh is, that ultimately decides the accuracy of your answers performed by the software. So in this particular part, we can see that we have these blades and these blades have a curvature. So let us create a mesh which is imposed by taking into account the curvature of the part. So here I have selected this option on curvature, and here I have selected relevance center as medium, means it will generate a not a very fine mesh and not a very coarse mesh. So it will take a intermediate mesh, and that will be good for us, because more the number of elements we have, more nearest to accuracy our answer will come. So now the software has started performing meshing. Meshing is being taking place. So there are various kinds of modules available to perform the meshing controls. Now here we have this mesh, and if we take a look at the shape of the elements, these are triangular. This is the default mesh. Here we also have different algorithms to impose different shapes on meshes also. Now next we have to impose the condition that the edges of these cutouts are fixed, because this hole is ultimately going to be mounted on the shaft. So this is called as boundary condition. Here I will go to fix support, and now here I have to select edges. So I will use edge selection filters. These are the selection filters, and now I will select the edges one by one to include them for the boundary condition. The purpose of creating these kinds of boundary condition is to remove unwanted degrees of freedom in the final solving model, and to perform the analysis with the right and valid conditions. So in this manner, we can also impose different kinds of boundary conditions on our part geometry. Like for example, we want to keep rotations free, then we can also do it. Like for example, creating a pin joint. So here I am selecting one by one the edges, all the edges of this particular slot. So here, as we can see, we can pan, zoom and rotate as per our requirement, so that it becomes easy. So since these all edges are going to include in a single fixed support, so I have used the control selection. So in this manner, we have imposed fixed support on these edges. Now next we have to apply the load. Now the load basically acts in a equal amount on these particular blade surfaces and normal to them. So here I will go to insert and then force. Now here I have to make the selection of faces. So face, then by using control selection I will select all the three faces, apply. Now here to decide the direction we have to select define by components. So the normal direction is along the Z. From the triad we can see here. So along Z I will create a force of magnitude 2102.1 Newton. This is the calculated value which I have determined from the calculation. Now here, before performing the analysis, let us make a comparison between the different materials. Suppose the default material assigned here is aluminium. Now here if I take a look at the properties of the part. So here my mass is 0.7958 kg. Suppose if I change the material to carbon fiber reinforced plastic, so here I can see the weight is being reduced, and this is one of the reasons why the composites are being used in the propellers nowadays. So now I will insert what kind of results I want. I want to see the total deflection and the total resultant or equivalent stress coming into the plate. So now we will give solve. So now the software will perform the calculations in the background. These calculations cannot be seen by the user, but